you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good evening. Hold on. Let me mute everybody else. So feedback, and thank you for tuning in. We have so many fun things in the work. I know Jen and I say that every single time, but we have some really fun things that are coming. We are hard at work on things, and we keep plugging away on things to just help make you guys even more successful. So tonight's opportunity call, it's going to be great. We got a lot of things to cover. We don't have anything like huge and groundbreaking, but coming up on Thursday night's call, which is in 2 days, we have a really fun set of announcements because we're going to help you guys really take the lid off of this. We're going to help you guys break free. We're bringing more tools, and we've been hard at work with web programmers. So we're not on recording. I'm not going to let everybody know about this on recording, but we've been hard at work with web programmers, replicated sites, back offices, all the recorded videos that are step by step. So when you bring in a new distributor, we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G to Z. We've got it all ready for you. And this is just, it's eating up a lot of time. So we apologize if this stuff hasn't been as consistent as normal. We're going to get back to the testimonial calls are going to be coming. We're going to get back to, I had pink eye I had to move. Took like 2 weeks to move from one house to another. Then I got pink eye. Set me back a little bit, but we're not going to keep this pace up. We're going to be coming back with a whole new set of things of everything that we have been solving. It's very exciting. So I know we've talked about this a few little bits here and there of going, oh, well, OlyLife growing, but things are consistently growing. We had a distributor, I think it was yesterday, had $15,000 in sales in 1 day for one person, meaning she probably made, let's see, $15,000 in sales times 13. She made probably, let's see, hold on. She made probably $6,000 in 1 day. It's a rough estimate, but she made $6,000 in 1 day. You can't really find anywhere else that's in terms of network marketing. She never left her house. She didn't even advertise. Friends came over. She just was hanging out, having coffee. A bunch of friends came over, and she had $15,000 in sales, having coffee with her friends, made $6,000, didn't even advertise. She just had people stop over. So where this company, and I'm not here to like just advertise the money. The biggest thing is that it's just the device sells itself. She had people that came over that used it and went, in one session, I felt what was going on. I feel that much different. She had that many people. And this doesn't even include residuals. This was like a one-time, her having coffee with her friends. There's a bunch of people have coffee at McDonald's. That's what she did. She just had an open invitation for, hey, my friends, if you want to come over. She's got 10 devices at her house. She had a bunch of people come over. They had coffee, and they all felt so good, had so much fun together. She had $15,000 in sales, probably made $6,000 in 1 day. I'm not here to talk about the money, but it's a business. We got to have the return on our investment. That was what happened for her to just like casually, without even advertising. The call's not recorded yet, only because I don't like to talk about, money on a recorded call. But for those of you that tuned in before I got recorded, I just want to let you know one person probably made $6,000 in a day, sold $15,000 worth of devices. That's the beauty of this company, of just, she had coffee, she had friends over, people brought friends. She had no idea it was going to happen. She happened to have extra devices around. Everybody was able to sit there, throw their feet on it, and went, by the end of this thing, I've spent so much money on so many other things that didn't do anything for me, but this worked. It's where it came from. And that the residuals of, as they're going to share and share and share and share, she sat around having coffee with her friends, and that's what it turned into. And that's what it's about, of just making people feel better. And yeah, she's just an amazing person. I mean, she is one of the most heart-based, incredible people in the world that, I mean, she's also contributed to the team. I'm not going to mention her by name because I don't like to call people out and say those sorts of things, but she's been one of those people that said, I'm going to buy all the brochures in bulk. I'm going to mail them out to other people just because I want to help. And she's going through all this extra stuff, and God just blessed her and went, you know what? You want to help other people. You want to do that for it. God went, here you go. And that's kind of the point of saying when you get into alignment, it's amazing what kind of miracles can happen. And this company is just, it's a medium, it's a vehicle to move through of that sort of spectacular miracle that God works miracles all the time, every single day. So, way to go, KB. You're exactly right. So, let's get this party started. Let's talk about the opportunity overview and let's record this. So, everybody, if you're not comfortable being on camera, hold on, I'm gonna have a drink from my gallon of water because I don't drink tap water. I've got Bull water. Stuff is great. There's this huge reservoir, all encased in granite in Minnesota. Fluoride free. It comes straight out. They don't even chlorinate it. It's beautiful how clean this stuff is. But without being a spokesperson for the water that I drink, that's why we got OlyLife's devices. We'll get to those. Let's do
recording in progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have an opportunity overview. The PowerPoint is going to keep being updated. We've got many things going on. The growth is spectacular. It has us busy on every single level. So tonight we're going to talk about everything that OlyLife is, what it has to offer. If you're new to the call, I don't like to focus on the business at the very beginning. I'll give you the basic overview. What's more important, kind of for the first 1/3 to 1/2 of the call, I'm going to talk about the benefits. On the second half of the call, I'm going to talk about the business. So you tune in where is appropriate to you. And if you just want to find out about the benefits, the first half of the call is for you. If you want to hear about the business component, the second half is for you. But the entire part of it is going to definitely be interesting and something you're interested in, whether you're new or whether you're old. So let's talk about the OlyLife opportunity overview. Who are we? We've got myself, Adam Ocean or Adam Ringham, just depending on which name you want to refer to me by. And we've got Jennifer Conley. Together, we make up OlyOne. Who are we as OlyOne? We are your concierge. We're your one-stop shop of Jennifer and I have been in the business for, I'm a multi-7-figure earner in network marketing. I don't say this to brag. I'm just saying this because of I know what to identify of when I see a company that really is going to make a difference in the world. My time is valuable. I've got 4 young kids and a wife. I don't want to invest my time into something that's not worth it. Jennifer has been in the natural health world for forever. She's been a physical therapist. She's worked with every natural health modality under the sun. She's so experienced in everything you could ever imagine in health. She's our back-end person that without her, this company would not keep running smoothly. I'm a little bit more of a face guy because I've got this beautiful bald spot that shines the spotlight to people. That's what I'm here for. And together we make up OlyOne. And so one of the things we like to talk about as a network marketing company, that is really what this company is. And OlyLife has changed the game that in terms of network marketing, one of the things I don't like when somebody has to buy $100, $200, $300+ worth of supplements that fill a cupboard that they've got to sit here and keep rebuying hundreds of dollars in supplements every month that they don't use, that somebody goes broke building a business. OlyLife changed the game that if you buy one device, you are qualified for all the commissions on your entire team for forever. And I'm not focusing on the business. I'm just saying we have a world-changing, life-changing device. If you come in, you buy one device, you say, hey, I'm willing to work with this. I want to save hundreds of dollars a month in therapies, in supplements, in everything else I'm doing. You've now got a no-pressure avenue to be able to say you can build a team or you can share it casually, and you're not going to go broke building a business. That's one of my favorite parts. This is one of the reasons Jennifer and I have said this device is not only life-changing, But if you want to work the business, we talked about, if you weren't on the recording earlier, we talked about one of our people had roughly $15,000 in sales, just sitting around having coffee. People came over, tried the device, they loved it. And she made an income that most people don't make in months, in a single day, just by having people over for coffee, because this device, it's so impactful. This is an impact device that people try it. And that's the point of it, that you try it, people love it. They get to experience it and they go, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this movement. But you get to be part of it without pressure. You're able to say, if I want to casually do it or if I want to seriously do it, this company is for you. So here's one of the things that Jennifer and I bring to the table. This is just a very quick overview. This is a fraction of the marketing we bring to the table for you in terms of printouts, in handouts, in scientific explanations. This is a screenshot just of the things we have available for you that you're saying, listen, I love this device. It changed my life. It changed my life. It's changed the lives of I don't know how many people that I know of. But how do you share it with people? How do you talk about it? We have all of it available for you. We have a turnkey business that your only job, share and get your paycheck. It's not about the paycheck, but it is about changing lives, but also it's a cost-benefit analysis ratio. If you're going to spend your time, we want you to spend as little time as necessary to get the greatest return, not only in changing lives, but your financial compensation. So who's OlyLife? OlyLife is a wellness company, honestly, like no other. I have tried every device under the sun, every natural health thing, and I don't need you to take my word for it. You can try the devices for yourself and find out. I've got thousands of essential oils. I've got 200 pounds of quartz crystal singing bowls. I've got cupboards and cupboards and cupboards full of supplements. I've basically stopped using all of them for the most part because I don't need them anymore, because OlyLife has simplified it, has made my life so much more convenient that one device or even just a few devices have made all of it nearly obsolete. I'm not saying I don't have to use them ever, but I am saying that it has made everything so much more streamlined that everything comes in one device. I don't need to have all of those things. And that's great for mom, dad, people with kids, people that are getting into the senior community, people that just know friends that need help. There is no greater company on the planet that has one device that does every cell, every organ system, every ailment that is combined into one device, that it makes it easy. There's a little bit of a learning curve to figure out, well, which levels for how long and what times of the day, but it doesn't matter. You got one device, you buy it once, you don't pay a monthly fee. There's no registering people on an app. It's got all the government tracking. It's got none of that. You got one device the whole family can use, all your friends, everyone can come over, they can use it, you can share it, and it makes it simple. So the parent company, and this is important because when we take a look at this, part of the things I tell my friends, don't join crappy MLMs. If you want to join a company that says, hey, we've got a new MLM, it popped up, come on in, here's an opportunity. There's a bunch of people love doing that. The problem is when you do that, you got this, I call them the penny stock pop-up MLMs. I don't want to be sharing with my friends and family something that, hey, cool, it works really well, come check this thing out. And then 6 months to a year later, it's no longer around. Now I got to hit them all back up and go, hey, there's this great new. And they went, well, you just told me about this other one not all that long ago. What about the one you were talking about? This company, the parent company's been around since 1999. And before they opened OlyLife as an actual company, they have been setting up all the manufacturing, all the solidification, all the stability, that these are the parent companies that said we're the upstream, the midstream, and the downstream, that they've been working with scientists to really streamline and really develop this company as a company that's going to be here. So I've worked with other companies in the past that work with terahertz and PEMFs, and I'm not here to knock those companies, but they don't have quality control. They don't have the scientific backing. They don't deliver the results that this company did when they set it up to say, when we open a company, we're doing it right. So OlyLife, their principal manufacturer is this one we talked about right here, the Yongchun Tang. They've been around since 1999. They opened OlyLife a little over 2 years ago and said, we're ready to open OlyLife with these world-changing wellness devices. And so they've been around since 1999. They've got a chief scientific advisor. They've got a PEMF exclusivity with the people that manufacture the PEMF chip and the algorithms. And if you go visit, this is their company in Malaysia, their corporate headquarters, because they've got China, Malaysia, they're opening to Taiwan. They're doing $22 million a day in sales in Asia. 6 months ago, they were doing $2.2 million a day. So in 6 months, they grew by 10 times. Most of the time, this would wreck a company. They'd never be able to keep up with the volume. They'd run into all these different problems, and usually the company would just collapse after that. This company, however, has said we're going to keep expanding, that they open another headquarters in Malaysia. They're opening another one in Taiwan. And this is a tour slightly of the inside of their Malaysian headquarters that they've got 10, 20 devices lined up. People come on in, try out the P90. They've got them on display. They've got the wand. They've got their certifications. They've got their BAMA. They've got all their brochures sitting there. They've got people at the front desk. As you can see, this is manning it, saying, hey, come on in, check the company out. Here's what's going on. And they've got all the certifications from the HACCP to the ISO to FDA to SGS to IPMS. And on top of that, they've got 158 patents on their devices, and they're just getting started. So they've been filing for these. They've been lining this up ahead of time to go, we aren't just another pop-up MLM company. We're bringing world-changing devices to the world. Right now, they're exclusively, or not exclusively, but mainly focused in Asia because that's where they started. And every company has to start somewhere. And then as they grow, that's where we start to come in. We can get all the devices here in the United States. We can set up an account. We can do it all worldwide. But they started, said we need a footprint in Asia. And that's where we come in to go, well, if you went from $2.2 million a day in sales, which is a lot, that's a big amount. If you went from 2.2 million to 22 million a day in 6 months, we now have to imagine, obviously, these devices are working. Obviously, people are loving them, but we're at the forefront of bringing this to the rest of the world with their 158 patents, with all their certifications, their test reports, their APC. They're maintaining every bit of compliance that they can as they grow. The thing is, we can only grow so fast, but we get to be at the forefront of changing the world, because eventually these devices are going to be in every home in the world, not just Asia, not just America, not just Africa, not just Europe. Every home in America is going to be owning one, if not multiple, of these devices, because they are ahead of the game. And the fact that we're buying it direct from the manufacturer means we're getting it for a fraction of the price. If I were to buy just the PEMF component in the United States, I'd pay nearly $6,000 for just the PEMF, for a good PEMF, and it's not even that good. We have a lot of people coming from those companies to our company because our PEMF works better. So in terms of the devices that we're talking, we've got the Aqua X, the P90, the W29, the Terahertz Cell Essential, and we've also got the BAMA. But what we're really focused on is the Tera P90. This is our cornerstone. This is one device, works for every cell, every cellular function, every organ system, and every person. And the fact is, it's really easy to use. You put your feet on it at your desired level for your desired time at your desired time of the day. Might take a little fine tuning to go, well, which level do I want for how long at which time of the day? But you got one device that basically works for everyone. When you start finding your sweet spot, and as it changes over time, that's not a big deal because our health changes over time. To pick, when I first started, I used it lower levels at night. It completely reset my stress complex. It's been now 6 months. I barely use it at night. I only use it in the morning. Acts like a double shot of espresso. That's my sweet spot. More doesn't always equal better. It's what's right for you. So there's a little fine tuning, but it doesn't matter because this one device is going to work for every person almost every single time once we find their sweet spot. So they also have the Aqua X, which is coming soon. That one we're going to get into a little bit later. It's a hydrogen infusion and terahertz wave device. We got to put a pin in that for just a little bit. The terahertz wand is one of the most effective ones I've ever heard that I don't hate the noise. That's the biggest thing. I've owned other wands that not only don't work very well, but also sound horrible. OlyLife has changed the game with one that not only works, it sounds really good. It doesn't bother you, but it comes with a stand that holds it for you that also oscillates all in one for a price of about $700. Compared to the other companies I've worked with, this wand is worth exponentially more. I've had $3,500 wands I literally gave away after I tried this device. The tabletop water filter, molecular hydrogen infusion, and terahertz wave charging, it's coming in the US, outside of Asia. It's coming when this comes out. This is going to be a market disruptor of what this thing does, but we're still going to put a pin in that. And the A9 Smart Anon Obama Air, this is like if you've ever heard alkaline water, now think about alkaline air. This device works so well that it doesn't rely on air filtration. It actually charges your air. It makes it living. It makes it alive. When you filter the air, you can filter all the stuff out of it all you want. If your air is still dead, like think of black mold. Black mold, what does it do? It eats all the electric charge out of the air, so it's dead in order to sustain itself. The A9 Smart Anon Obama Air Charger, what it does, it doesn't just filter the air. It's got a filter in it and a HEPA filter, but that's not what it relies on. It charges the air as if you've installed a waterfall in a forest by the ocean inside your bedroom. If you've ever gone by a waterfall or out in the forest or out by the ocean, you can just feel that. You can literally breathe it in and feel that electric charge. That's what this device does. But it's still, these are just complimentary. These are amazing, but it means that OlyLife is not just a one-trick pony. The biggest thing we're looking at is the OlyLife Terra P90, which is one device and a million different benefits. This is our cornerstone. This is the one that really changes lives. And so we're going to get into a little bit of what is PEMF, what's terahertz, what are the benefits, and then we'll get into the company benefits a little bit later. But let's really just focus on, for right now, what's terahertz? Terahertz waves, when we take a look at terahertz, basically is just signaling a wavelength. And terahertz falls right in between infrared and microwaves, meaning it's not quite the same as infrared, it's not quite the same as microwaves, but the biggest thing is it's non-ionizing. Non-ionizing meaning it doesn't cause free radical generation and it doesn't cause DNA damage. That's the big point of terahertz. Your cells actually have a cellular Wi-Fi built into them. So everybody thinks that, oh, well, my cells communicate via hormones and these other things it'll release and neurotransmitters. Yes, that's true. But you know what becomes before it? Your cells have a Wi-Fi built into them that your cells communicate via terahertz waves. So when we're using this device, what we're doing is tuning into the frequency and the wave band. We call it God's wave band or the light of life. It tunes into the cellular wavelength that your cells in your body are already using. And we're just able to take, you know how when your cell phone goes dead, you got a cell phone, it goes dead, you got to plug it in, charge it up. Now, because of technology, our bodies are no different. We can literally plug in our bodies and charge them back up because as technology advances, we get to as well. But we're using the wave bands that are already being used by our body anyway. We're not putting anything artificial in. We're just saying, well, if our cells are already using this, why can't we recharge our bodies like we recharge a phone? That's what we have. So we're going to kind of move into some of the benefits, and I'm going to move through these a little bit quickly, only because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of studies out there. If you're willing to just Google for a little bit, you can take any health thing that you want to talk about and put it into health condition, terahertz waves, health condition, PEMF. If you're willing to do that, you will find thousands and thousands and thousands of studies. There's no shortage of them. PEMF has been around for quite a while, but terahertz waves are a little bit newer to the scene. But let's talk about some of the benefits, because we talked about one device for every cellular function, every organ system, and every person. Let's go through this just brief over, I call it brief, but it's not. Let's go over this overview of benefits so we can talk about what these things do and what this one singular device can do for you. So we have right up here, we're talking about like imaging, terahertz waves, the properties of them. We kind of already went over this a little bit, and you're welcome to get this if you want. Talk to your upline. We'll get you this whole brochure, all this stuff, this entire PowerPoint presentation. We're happy to give it to you. And if you want more info, we have hundreds of more pages. We're happy to get over to you. But terahertz waves can be used for stress reduction, cognitive enhancement. If you see behind me, I've got a 1924 Steinway, retuned to 432 hertz grand piano. The cognitive enhancement, we're going to come back to this. So we can get into skin health, wound healings, through piezoelectric effect and piezoelectric modulation in terms of genetics. Terahertz waves resonate incredibly heavily with epithelial tissue and your skin. So there's studies out there. You can just type in terahertz waves and wound healing. You can see that terahertz waves can be used to upregulate wound healing in terms of musculoskeletal health. Through piezoelectric activation, terahertz waves mimic the effects of exercise on the body. So in terms of musculoskeletal health, does exercise benefit the body? Absolutely. What if you could exercise without having to exercise? I know that sounds crazy, but that's through piezoelectric stimulation. Basically, that's how your body knows that you exercise. This device mimics that. So somebody just sitting down can put their feet on the device and it will mimic an hour's worth of moderate exercise for them, that you'll get all the benefits of exercise without even exercising. I'm not saying don't exercise. I'm saying for those that can't, those that are mobility impaired, the senior citizen community, or the healthy aging community, or even those of you that are healthy, that maybe can't exercise all the time as much as you want to. I've got 4 kids. I get that. I would like to exercise more, but I tell you what I do have time for. When my kids are playing with me, or we're going to watch TV, or I read a book, or I visit with I have time to put my feet on this device and upregulate every cellular function in terms of exercise of my body. So we get into immune modulation, disease management. What happens when you exercise? You get immune modulate, you get an immune system boost, you get cardiovascular health improvement, you get respiratory health improvement, you get neurological disorders and cognitive decline improvement. Every single one of you, you can go Google terahertz waves, rats, severed spinal cord. I'm not making claims about this device. I'm just saying, go Google that. They have studies out there that they were able to take rats, sever their spinal cords, use terahertz waves, and start to regenerate severed spinal cords in rats. I'm making no claims, but I'll tell you what, those studies, to be able to see that, you can Google nerves and terahertz waves and see nerve remyelination. You can see neuroplasticity enhancement. I love neuroplasticity. The faster I can learn, the more I can unify my brain, the better. And this one device, it does all of it. So for those of the people that have neurocognitive disorders, cognitive decline, just by putting their feet on this device, they're able to get a boost to their brain health, Parkinson's, dementia, all of these different things. They can get benefits. Is it a cure? No, but can they get benefits? Oh, absolutely. Pain management, analgesic effects, because of the way that PEMF and terahertz can improve circulation. People that have the neuropathy, that have the different pain, that have the inflammation, that the bulged discs and everything in their spine, or back injuries or shoulder injuries or knee injuries, by supporting the body's natural processes, we can get huge benefits to these people without the negative side effects. And that's one of the greatest parts about this. We're just naturally enhancing what the body is already doing. Metabolic support and weight management. Would you improve cellular voltages? You know what happens? Your metabolism goes up. Menstrual health and reproductive well-being. I'm going to keep this kind of brief, but some of the ladies that I have talked to that have called me and said, my libido, my husband is very happy of what's happened with me. It's a pretty funny conversation when you get a call on with them and they go, oh, my husband's real glad I bought this device. And this is not only just for the husbands, but for the ladies as well. How great would it be to just have that libido by improving the hormone health, by just supporting it. All you got to do is throw your feet on it. Comes with a million other benefits. Enhanced nutrient absorption through upregulation of something called clathrin-mediated endocytosis. It's a really fancy term. Your body has a process that it takes in nutrients into the cells. That's called clathrin-mediated endocytosis. All that's meaning is nutrient bioavailability. Your body has a process in which it does it. Terahertz waves upregulate that you can improve nutrient bioavailability by up to 60 times. 60 times. What if you had a supplement that you could get 60 times more benefits out of? What if just the normal food that you ate, you could get 60 times more nutrients into your cells? That's what this device does. Is it 60 times every time? No, but is it up to? Oh yeah, you can improve every single thing. That's the point of this. One device, a million different benefits. Stress management, vision and ophthalmic health. Water has this insane affinity for terahertz waves. Water loves to suck up terahertz waves, structure itself. If you've heard of the fourth phase of water, there's a fifth phase of water called atomic water. I got to put a pin in this because there's videos. I have recordings on it. You can ask your upline for those. We'll get them to it. But terahertz waves, for their capacity to increase eye health, not only through upregulating collagen, upregulating blood flow, upregulating neuroplasticity, upregulating neural enhancement and nerve remyelination, and reducing the inflammation and lowering ocular allergies, the eye health component. That's a whole nother can of worms in itself. Sports medicine and performance enhancement. This is not just for unhealthy people. Healthy people can use it to recover after exercise exponentially faster by boosting blood flow, by signaling the body to repair itself. This is one of the most amazing things. Addiction, behavioral support. When we get to PEMF, we'll come back and talk about the addiction and behavioral support. Hair health and scalp health, upregulating collagen genes. Terahertz waves have great studies on all of that. We're also making no claims. Cancer detection and treatment support. Just go Google terahertz waves and cancer. You will find these incredible studies on terahertz waves being able to demethylate cancer cells. You draw your own conclusions of what that means. Sleep disorder management, respiratory allergic conditions. We talked about that a little bit. Anti-aging, skin rejuvenation. We talked about the regulation of the epithelial tissue, what it does for skin, cognitive enhancement and learning and memory. We talked about neuroplasticity, nerve remyelination, severed spinal cords in rats. Go Google this stuff. You don't need me to tell you. Please go look at it yourself to see the research that's out there. Enhanced supplement delivery and pharmacotherapy. You know, anybody that's got a functional medicine doctor, or if they are a functional medicine doctor, what if every supplement you gave your patients or you as a patient were taking, what if we could increase that bioavailability by 60 times? That's what terahertz waves are all about. Psychological therapies, mental well-being, we talked about those a little bit. Accelerated physical rehabilitation, regenerative medicine support, exercise, sitting down. How does it get that much better? Mental performance optimization in athletes. How about musicians? Got my piano back here. People trying to learn a new language, learn a new skill. How much better does that get that you've got one device that gives you all of those health benefits, but the mental performance enhancement on top of it? Those that want to really dive into this, terahertz waves basically are the equivalent of fire energy in Chinese medicine. Fire energy is what's used to clean the lymphatic system, to power the kidneys, and power almost every single bodily function that you can imagine. Think of like a little kid or somebody who's got that incredible drive in business, in life, in accomplishment. That's all fire energy. Water energy is the energy of emotions. It's very feminine, and there's nothing wrong with it. But that drive, that energy, that power, that ambition, that's fire energy. And the more fire energy you put into your body, the more mentally you start getting it, that you go have that zest and that passion for life, that you've got the fire to go do things, to go be things, to experience things. That's beautiful about what terahertz waves is about. So we're going to get into PEMF. We just barely covered terahertz waves, so we barely even got into it. Now, when we start covering PEMF, there are tens of thousands of studies. I'm not talking this device in particular, but since all the way back since the 1970s, the FDA, as much as I don't love them, and we all kind of understand what they do, but the thing is, I don't want to work against them. Back as early as the 1970s, PEMF has been approved for bone density improvement, for healing fractures faster, for stress reduction, for treating anxiety, for treating depression, for PTSD, for after TBIs, for after strokes, for after heart attacks, to improve the body. I'm not saying this device, but PEMF in general. So for the past 40 plus years, PEMF has tens of thousands of studies that are out there. They are not hard to find. You Google any single health ailment you want, put PEMF after it, have fun sorting through the studies because there's a lot of them. So we can use it to promote the body's natural healing abilities. Take a look at a red blood cell. And I apologize for the cough there, but here's the one really simple thing I want to basically emphasize for you. Let's take a look at a red blood cell. What does a red blood cell do? Carries oxygen to the cells, carbon dioxide away. Circulation is basically the cornerstone of our life. If we're not getting oxygen to our cells, what happens when you exercise? What happens when you do something hard? You breathe heavier. Why? The body's trying to get oxygen. So we have a certain system that's set up in the body to deliver oxygen to the cells, and it's red blood cells. And the red blood cells are what are called a biconcave disc. It's a fancy term to say it's round, sort of like this, with a little cave on each side. Why? To maximize surface area so it can absorb the most amount of oxygen and the least amount of basically cells. So let's take a look. If I got one beach ball, there's a lot of surface area on it, right? Quite a bit. Now imagine I were to put a whole bunch of ping pong balls inside of this big beach ball. There's a lot more surface area on all those little ping pong balls than the one big beach ball, isn't there? That's what your red blood cells are trying to do. They want the most amount of surface area to absorb oxygen and get carbon dioxide and waste products out of the body. What happens is when we live in a world that's filled with EMFs, that's filled with physical toxicity, that's filled with acidity, and we lower our vibration, our red blood cells, instead of repelling each other because they're paramagnetic. It's supposed to be like, you get two magnets. When you try to push them together, they repel each other eventually. That's what's supposed to happen with your red blood cells. They have iron in their hemoglobin. They have iron at their base core so that they will be magnetic, repel each other, and both sides of the red blood cell can absorb oxygen and carry CO2 out of the body and the waste products. As we start to lose our magnetic charge, the red blood cells, instead of repelling, start to clump together. So if we were to take two objects, let's call these red blood cells, they lose their magnetic charge. What happens if they stack together like this? I've lost all this surface area on both sides to absorb oxygen and carry away the CO2. Whereas if they were like this, I have both sides, they're able to absorb oxygen, carry away the CO2. That's what PEMF does. It restores that magnetic charge so your red blood cells stop doing this and do this. You can almost double their effectiveness. When they do this too, when they're not clumped together, they can flow into all the little mini capillaries that are all over the body. We've got more miles of blood vessels than we have miles between planets in the solar system. That's the point. But when our red blood cells do this, and we start stacking them on top of each other because they're all clumped up, because they've lost their magnetic charge, they can't deliver the life-giving oxygen and nutrients like they're supposed to. PEMF starts to make these magnets work again. It starts to make it so they can't clump together, so they push and repel each other like they're supposed to if we were living in nature, if we were barefoot. But the problem is we've got first world problems that require first world solutions. That's the beauty of PEMF. It restores and enhances that basic bodily function that's supposed to be there. But because of that, we can now enhance learning abilities. We can increase mental health. We can address age-associated memory impairments, because what does the brain do? What happens if you stop breathing, if you go underwater or you suffocate? What's the first thing that gets damaged? The brain, because it chews up so much oxygen. That's the one thing that needs oxygen more than anything on the planet, is the brain. So as we improve that microcirculation in the brain, now we improve brain function so we can address age-associated memory impairment. We can support complex TBIs because we're starting to feed the brain that oxygen, the nutrients that it needs, and enhance the neuroplasticity. When we do that, what happens too? inflammation starts to go down. We can start reducing depression symptoms. We can improve our athletic performance. We can provide the pain relief, because when we start nourishing our body, the muscles, the nerves, all the connective tissue, when we nourish it, God has the design for our bodies to repair itself, but we need to get in alignment with what's already there. And PEMF mimics that to reduce the muscle tension, to reduce the inflammation, to get us the better sleep. EMFs and all the toxicity, the air pollution, the inflammation, what is it? It screws with, we've got unnatural, artificial light everywhere that's screwing with our circadian rhythm. We can use this PEMF to get us back to where, instead of taking melatonin, wonderful molecule, do not get me wrong, but guess what happens? When you supplement with melatonin, your body stops making its own. So you get reliant on it. So you take melatonin for a period of time, yeah, you're sleeping well, but you're stuck using it. What if we could just signal the body to make its own by supporting its circadian rhythm? That's PEMF. We can support cellular function. We can support cellular regeneration. We can enhance blood flow and circulation. We can reduce inflammation. We can boost digestion by resetting the parasympathetic nervous system. One of the great parts about PEMF, imagine, and I'm going to stop the screen share for just a sec. Imagine you're stressed out. You got your family, you got your work life, you're living in steel buildings, you've got EMFs everywhere, you got physical toxicity. What if I were to take you and put you out in a tent, out in nature for about a week? No phone, no stress. You're out amongst all the trees. The air is all electrically energized. What's going to happen to you? Your stress complex resets. Your circulation skyrockets. That's what we're doing with this device. We have technology inspired by nature. This is essentially, when you put your feet on this, it's like grounding on steroids times 1,000. It's when you throw your feet on this, this is like essentially going and having a week in the woods, camping without your phone. That's what it's signaling your body, that we get to cheat. It's beautiful. Modern problems require modern solutions. This is technology inspired by nature. We're not artificially doing anything. We're supporting the systems that God already had put in place, and we're just mimicking them, and we're just saying, listen, you live in a modern world. How about a modern solution? Not everybody can go live in the forest for a week without their phone. I mean, that'd be amazing if we all could, but I also love my first world amenities. So what if I could get the best of both worlds? That's the P90. That's what OlyLife is offering, technology inspired by nature, that we can support these natural systems God's already got in place. We don't have to give up anything. We just say, what if we cheat? What if you had to dig a hole? Would God, like, if you prayed for God to dig a hole, what if he gave you a shovel? What if he gave you a backhoe? We're taking a look at our health problems that got to be dug up. The P90 is like a backhoe. It's easy to use, and you can accomplish a lot. That's really the point of what we're trying to share here, of what this device is doing for people. That I know we've gone over a ton of benefits, but we're not doing anything unnatural. We're just supporting what the body's already meant to do in the first place. So we can boost the digestion, the nutrient absorption. When you're in parasympathetic mode, that's called rest and digest. When you're in sympathetic mode, do you know what that's called? Fight or flight. 99% of all of America lives in PTSD levels of stress. And when you do that, your body lowers the amount of digestive fluid that it releases, meaning you don't digest your nutrients, meaning your food just rots in your digestive tract, meaning you're not absorbing any nutrients, but stresses the body out even further. We're cheating. We're using something that is in alignment to reset that parasympathetic nervous system, so you move into rest and digest. We have all these people getting all these immune benefits because guess what? Your immune system needs to rest. It needs to regenerate. If it's constantly every single day on alert because it's in fight or flight and there's the latest horrible thing that's going on in the news, the immune system responds to that. You've got chronic Lyme. It's always in fight or flight of, oh my gosh, of always in Lyme disease, fight or flight. At what point does your immune system ever get to rest and regenerate? That's what we're doing. We're overriding that system so the body can move into rest and digest. We can then, once we increase cellular voltage, we can get better detoxification. We can strengthen the immune system. We can alleviate the allergic symptoms. We can reduce the anxiety. What happens if you go out in the forest with no phone and nobody else around for a week and you live barefoot out there in a tent? Your anxiety is going to go way down. We're cheating. We're just using tools. The best part about this number 20 and number 21, this device only makes every other natural health treatment and even Western allopathic medicine treatment that you use, it only makes every single one of them work better. You can reduce the amount of money you're spending on both sides of the table by using this device and just saying, utilize technology. We're not doing anything unnatural. We're enhancing our body with technology inspired by nature. So that's what 22 is. It's all about harnessing the power of nature. We can take a waterfall in a forest by the ocean, and we can put your feet on that sort of thing, and it's safe for everyday use, and it supports all family wellness. You buy one device, like I talked about at the very beginning. You buy one device, you can have 10 people a day using it without having to register every single user and all the data tracking and going, oh my God, the government's spying on them. It doesn't work that way. All you do, set the level, and you put your feet on it. There's no tracking. It empowers independence of children. I've got a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old that use the thing and they love it. My wife, 2 days after my newborn baby was born, she'd hold the baby, use the device, speed up her healing, speed up her recovery after childbirth. Baby slept even better. You can hold them, and there's the safety even in that, because the biggest thing is, like, if your child isn't able or a person's not able to communicate, I want to be done. That's the limitation here. It's not that it's not safe for everybody, but if they're not able to say, I want to be done, I want to get off of it, then you hold them. So it goes into the pets. You can use it with pets. You just hold them. If they don't like it, they get off. So that concludes the benefits portion of what is the P90? What is OlyLife? What can it do? And we barely got to scratch the surface. And part of our team, and we're going to move into the business component moving forward, because and this is, oh, like you can see my P90 right back here. Used it today. Love that thing. So I actually used it right before the call. So the business component of it is, I'm a multi-7-figure earner in network marketing. I don't say this because I'm bragging. And I don't say this to say anybody that just wants to do this casually isn't important. I'm saying it because I'm experienced into what to do and especially what not to do. I've done it a lot of it wrong. It took me a lot of time to get it right. And one of the things is, I call it the penny stock pop-up MLMs. There's a new MLM. Hey, there's a great new device. You tell all your friends about it, and everyone gets into it for a little bit, and then it's gone. 6 months later, 12 months later, you're gonna start all over again. You tell all your friends. That's not what we're trying to do here. What we've got in terms of a network marketing company, if you're into the business, and the great part is, like I said at the beginning, there's no pressure here. If you buy one device, you're a distributor for forever. You don't ever have to make another sale. Well, okay, you do have to make a sale, but you never have to buy another device. You never have to pay another fee. You can share casually, but for those that are into it in the business component, we really need to take a look at, it's a spiritual cost benefit analysis ratio. I can tell people all about my new curcumin that I've got that reduces inflammation, that has X amount of benefits. There's a little window of what it can do. And I've got another supplement here, and I got another one here, and I got another one here, and it makes the whole thing complicated to say, well, you need 15 different things, and God knows how long these businesses are going to be around, and you're juggling them, and you're trying to build them, and one's here today and gone tomorrow, because OlyLife is a multi-billion-dollar company with a parent company that's been around since 1999. Before they started this company, they said, we're going to do one company, we're going to do it right, and we're going to be around. And we're not only going to do that, we're going to make one line of products that works for everybody, for nearly everything. And we don't have to track it. And they're going to offer it at a price that no one else can touch. So if you're looking at this in terms of a business, your window of opportunity here that you can check every single box, does it help people? Oh my God. Yes, it does. Is it a great value? Oh my Lord. If I were to buy another product that did what this did in the United States, I'd be spending $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, $15,000. So does it help people? Is it a great valuable? Oh yes. Oh yes. Is the company going to be around? Yep. It's already been around for 2.5 years. They're doing $22 million a day in sales in Asia. And they can handle that. Can you imagine if you get in now? And that's just basically barely doing the P90. They have more coming out after the P90. They've got hydrogen water bottles, and they've got molecular hydrogen gas you can handle. They're just getting started in the technology, and they're light years ahead of everybody else. 158 patents just right now. So are they making a difference? Check. Is the value there? Check. Are they delivering products that nobody else is going to deliver? Check. And are they delivering in a comp plan something unlike no other marketing company, no other MLM in the world is doing, to say you buy one device, everybody can use it, no registration, never purchase anything again, never pay a monthly fee. Check. No pressure network marketing. What's that going to do? Because I got a wife. I understand. I've got tons of friends. They're stay-at-home moms. They're trying to build a business, but they go broke building a business, buying $300 worth of stuff every single month that they can't use, that's filling up cupboards. And eventually their husband comes along and goes, honey, you're spending way more money than you're making. It's been 6 months. You've been putting all this time in, taking it away from the kids because you're trying to compete with the Me Too's and other products that just don't have the impact. It's not what OlyLife does. OlyLife is bringing to the table products that change lives. Products that are impact products. Almost every single person, time one, goes, wow, I noticed this, I felt this, I feel different. Maybe not the same day, but the next day they go, what happened? So when you've got somebody who's, even if you're a little bit older, or you're a single mom, or you're even a single guy, you don't have to sit here and push the me too, me too, me too. Here's my weight loss product. Here's my new collagen. And I'm not knocking other companies. I'm just saying, because of my experience in what I've done, I'm able to look at this and go, we fill all these boxes nobody else does. And it's so easy to share. And so when we bring it back to not only all those check boxes of what it does, you're on a team, because one of the things is you want to shop around for your upline. I'm not saying come to me. I'm saying be on a team that supports you. Jennifer and I, you have no idea how many hours a day Jennifer dedicates herself every single day to making sure people are supported, myself as well. We both have a little bit different roles, but never underestimate the power of this teamwork. She does the things so well that maybe I'm not as good at, and I do a bunch of the things she's not as good at. But the support that you're going to get on this team, you go to your upline. Don't come to me. Do not come to me or come to Jennifer or somebody else and going, well, you know, Barbara introduced me to this thing and I want to come up to you. We won't allow it. You go. That's the part of this of saying we succeed when you do. We spend an inordinate amount of hours streamlining this process to set this up for 10 plus years worth of income, residual income. I've got goals. I got big goals. I'm looking to build a 7-figure a year income, multi-7-figure a year. Your goals don't have to be that. That's okay. Yours might be a couple $100 a month, a couple $1,000 a month. That's not a problem. I'm going to treat you the same. So will Jennifer. We are here to support you. But I'm saying, because my ceiling is really high, I've got this. I don't want to waste my time with a company that's a waste of my time, with products that are a waste of my time. I have 4 young kids and a beautiful wife that sacrifices every single day for me to be gone at work. If I'm going to build a business, I want one. I don't have to come back to this in 6 months, in 12 months, and start all over and go, Carrie, I'm sorry. That's my wife's name. Beautiful wife. Carrie, I'm sorry. I got to start my business all over again because the company's not here. Carrie, I'm sorry. There's a better product that came out. I got to start. Carrie, I can't do that. I can't do that to my kids. I can't tell them, be like, hey, Tolly, that's my oldest son, be like, Tolly, I got to go back to work again and start all over because I chose the wrong. I can't do that. And I'm not gonna. And that's why I'm with this company, because of the opportunity of where it's going. I'm looking at this generational wealth. I'm looking to build a citadel here. I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now. I want to build something that I can pass down to my children, that I can come to my wife and go, I don't have to redo it. I don't have to call my whole network up again and go, hey, company's out of business. I got to start over. Give me like 18 hours a day so I can call all my contacts again and tell them about this new opportunity. I'm not doing that. I refuse. That's why I'm with OlyLife. They have got products that are world changing. life-changing. They deliver in their potency and the value out of this world, and the company's not going anywhere. They've been around for 2.5 years. They can handle $22 million a day in sales in Asia. They can handle my sales in the US and the rest of the world, but I want to be at the top of it. And I don't know about you, but you should be at the top of it too. 90% of network marketing is timing. When did you get in? We got that 90% covered. That other 10% checks all the boxes nobody else does. And that's why we're here, because every single person, I've got my grandma, she just passed away, and it wasn't all that long ago. If I could have gotten her this device a few years ago, the amount of life I could have put back into her years that were left, it'd have been a different. I could have been bringing her to orchid shows and swing dancing in Al Capone's old prohibition caves, and what I could have done for her had I had this device. And it's just, like I just said, it's not just sick people. It's healthy people, mental health, people that want to enhance their cognitive function and learn skills faster, or just reduce their stress, or reduce the amount of time after physical exercise, after getting back into the gym, or even just young, healthy people that want to give themselves the edge over all these other people. That's what this device is doing. That's what this company is doing. And it's delivering on every single front. I'll be honest, there's a couple of challenges because we are in pre-launch. There are a few challenges, but myself and Jennifer, we've dedicated ourselves 7 days a week, nearly 24 hours a day between the two of us. We will solve those problems for you, because that's what we're here for. We're looking for 1, 2, 5, 10 years worth of generational wealth. That's what we're looking for. That if we set this up, if we get started, nobody else is going to compete with this. I've shopped around. I have dozens of people every single day, because of what I've been, what I've done and where I've been and my success I've had. I've got dozens of people hit me up every single day. Hey, I got this MLM I want to tell you about. I'm like, I'm not interested. I am not interested. I have got the company that delivers on every single front, every single checkbox, and any of these challenges that we've got. My business partner, Jen, and I, we're going to take care of that for you, so that all you've got is windows of opportunity that you're going to have to hire a window cleaner. It looks so good because of the windows of opportunity you got going on. And that's our dedication. That's our plan. We have so many things planned. We're barely 6 months into this, and I've seen people in 1 to 2 months make more money than they've ever made in their life in terms of network marketing. I've had more calls. I've had calls of grown men crying, calling me up saying, not only do I not need my walker, I'm not looking at a wheelchair a year in the future from now where my kids are going, Dad, we need to commit you. We need to have somebody babysit you and put you in a wheelchair. This dude's calling me up, chasing his chickens, saying, I'm going to buy a race car at almost 70 years old. I feel so good. I can't tell you how much I love those kinds of calls. That's the point here of, if you're going to be in business, it's a spiritual cost. It's spiritual economics, cost benefit analysis ratio. If you put your energy, you want to help somebody, why don't you find that one thing that helps almost every single person on almost every single time, the first time that they notice it and go, they call you up the next day and go, what did you show me? What did you give me? I feel so good. What is this magic? That's the point of what we're doing here. So ladies and gentlemen, I sum this call up right at the 1 hour mark, which I love to do. We'll save the Q&A for another time. Jennifer and I have got some special news for you coming up in 2 days on Thursday. Cannot wait to announce it. We're going to get to a Q&A. We're available. Number one, ask 3 before me, only because I want to value my time as well as yours and teach you and empower you. Get a hold of the 3 people with your upline and search the groups before you get a hold of us. But if you can't find the answer, we are here for you. But also remember, make sure you connect with your downline. This is about community. We are building a community that fosters, that nurtures each other, that supports each other. Let's do that. Let's make a difference in the world. Let's make a difference in other people's lives. Let's lift each other up. Cross line, up line doesn't make a difference. Let's help each other succeed, because right now humanity needs this more than ever. I don't know if you've looked around, but we're a freaking mess as a species. We got problems, but guess what? We got solutions. But I tell you what, like if I got a leak in my faucet, If I've got a leak and it's spilling all over the floor and a plumber comes and I got to pay him, am I mad at the plumber? I go, no, thank you for fixing the problem. Why would you ever be mad about getting paid for fixing a problem that people desperately need fixed? And that's what we're doing. We're not just solving one leaky sink. We're solving so many problems. We're giving people their lives back. We're giving people their loved ones back. And at the meantime, if you get paid for your value, if you are bringing a ton of value to the world, you should be compensated for that. Let's take a look at the medical system that sucks up God knows how much money. It's not putting anything back in it. It's just killing people, but it sucks up God knows how much money. Why would you ever feel guilty for getting paid for solving a problem way better than the medical system is doing? And the thing is, we don't have to fight those systems anymore. We bring a better solution to the table. Don't fight it. Show people there's a better way. That's what we're here to do. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to bring a value to the table that nobody else can provide. So, my friends, one hour right on the dot. You have the best night. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited to have you here. We are going to have a Q&A in the future, I promise. But we keep getting stuck helping people. So,
Adam, can I make one quick announcement before you say goodbye? Okay.
Yeah,
Hi, guys. It's Jennifer. I just wanted to let everybody know that your uplines, Adam and I have invested in a social sales program.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. I told him it was a surprise, Jennifer.
Oh, no. Oh, shoot.
Jen,
I didn't know that. I thought you said we were
told
having
him
a Q&A on Thursday.
No, I told him we got a special surprise first and then a Q&A. So, okay, Jen already spilled the beans.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
We have something special. No, it's no problem. It's no problem. I just wanted to cut you off before you told them what it was, because surprises are great. I like when we give gifts. Who doesn't love unwrapping a present on Thursday? We have got a
Well, it's only for people that have actually joined. So it's not an opportunity call where you can invite guests. It's just an opportunity for those of you that are already on our team, a special present for you guys. So I'll let you take it over, Adam.
No problem. So I'm sorry, I had to yell at Jen. I'm like, don't you spoil the surprise. But we have hired somebody that's going to up your game like crazy. And for those of you that are serious, we've got somebody that Jen and I maybe aren't the perfect person for this because we get busy, but we have brought in somebody that's going to teach you, that's going to train you, that's going to help you, that's going to bring so much for the table. For those of you that want to go share this with the world but don't know how, we brought in and we paid a lot of money for it because we want you guys. That's our job. We want to help you guys succeed. We want to bring these tools. And so Thursday night, only the people that have joined, this is only for you guys, because if you're on our team, you get special perks, and we're going to bring them to the table on Thursday. And even if you missed the call on Thursday, we'll record it, but the surprise is going to be opened on Thursday of the person we're bringing on that is going to empower you and teach you and help you grow and not make it so that if you've got anxieties with talking to somebody or posting on social media, we've got somebody that's going to help teach you how, show you how to do it, remove the scary factor from it, and help you succeed. So, Jen, did I cover it?
Yes, essentially. She's going to present the Zoom. She is going to essentially present what her role is and what she can bring to this team. We're not going to go in deep on Thursday. It'll be mostly an introduction, and then we'll have follow-up trainings and Zooms after that. But that's about it. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, everybody. So it's special surprises. We're going to help even more than we already have. We're going to keep bringing, and we're not done yet. We're barely getting started. So everybody, give Jen the giant thank you for everything she's doing behind the scenes that not everybody sees. I know I put my beautiful little mug and my shiny head here up on camera, but Jennifer, without her, I can't express my gratitude enough. And for all of you, we wouldn't be here without you, and we are so excited to change lives with all of you. So have the best night. Let's see you again on Thursday, because I can't wait to bring this present for you guys. It's gonna be like a birthday present. And then we've got more coming after that. We've got regular testimonial calls, and we're just getting started, you guys. We barely scratched the surface. So have a great night. Contain your excitement. We'll see you soon.
Recording stop.